Merhaba. In this lesson, we will review the past tense first and then talk about past auxiliary. Like in the sentences such as she's tired of watching TV, he was going to school, or I was not at home yesterday. So we're going to learn to do that. And I mean, these are both past tense, and we learned the definite past, and I hope you remember it well, but I will briefly review it anyways so that we can move on. So they both give the meaning of action in the past, but in a very different way, right? So we'll see that. I hope you remember the suffix for the past tense we use, de. It's a U type suffix, and it can change according to vowel harmony. So that's that. And the consonant de can be te after our harsh consonants, right? So gelmek becomes geldi or geldim. Gitmek, gitti or gittim, right? Right, I mean the infinitive mekmak is going to drop before attaching the past tense suffix. In the negative, the past tense suffix follows the negative suffix me, and the main stress falls on the syllable immediately preceding me. Gitmedim, çalışmadı, right? And remember, the question mı follows the personal suffixes. Gittin mi? Çalıştı mı? With past tense, the most common time adverbs we used, dün, geçen gün, evvelsi or evvelki gün, evvelsi or evvelki is the same thing. And now let's turn to past auxiliary. This is the past tense for the continuous or existential type of sentences, such as I was sick yesterday, there were books on the table, I had cold last week, these type of sentences. The form of past auxiliary suffix is de, with ye buffer. It attaches to nouns, adjectives, and postpositions, and to some certain tenses. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But first talk about how it makes the existential or to be form past. Unlike the past tense, past auxiliary suffix is pre-stressing, so the main stress of the word falls on the immediately preceding syllable. Neredeydi, iyiydi, değildi, vardı, yoktu. And let's put them in sentences. Dün hava yağmurluydu. Evde ekmek yoktu. Film çok heyecanlıydı. Çocuklar dün evdeydi. And let's conjugate together because I know you like it very much. İyiydim, iyiydin, iyiydi, iyiydik, iyiydiniz, iyiydiler. İyi değildim, iyi değildin, iyi değildi, iyi değildik, iyi değildiniz, iyi değildiler. So this is good because, you know, if it's negative, you can put değil there, and the only thing you need to conjugate is the negative word değil, right? In question, the question particle me precedes the past auxiliary. So both the question me and the past auxiliary are pre-stressing. So it's going to be like this. İyi miydi? Üzgün müydü? Değil miydi? Now, you know the drill. You need to pick 4 words. This is going to be like similar like the ones that I just did, and I'm going to suggest some in the worksheet, and conjugate them in positive, negative, question, okay? Now I want to talk about how this can be attached also to the continuous tense. And that would be past continuous, and the meaning is exactly the same in English. I was walking to school, and he was looking at me. So this is exactly the same as in English. It gives you the meaning in the past, past continuous. Gidiyordum, bakıyordu, gitmiyorduk, bakmıyorlardı. So you see, the past auxiliary is attached after the continuous yor, right? So gidiyordum, right? I was going. Bakıyordu, he was looking. Gitmiyordum, I wasn't going. Bakmıyordu, I wasn't looking. He wasn't looking. Bakmıyordu, he wasn't looking. So notice that after the continuous yor, the initial consonant of the suffix is always d, right? So de. It never becomes te, because it will never change. It's always going to follow yor. Yor is ending re, so it's not going to make de to te, right? So it's always going to be yordu. So the negative, in the negative sentence, the main stress is on the syllable preceding the negative me. Gitmiyordum, okumuyordu, okay? And finally, in question, the question particle mı follows the continuous yor. Gidiyor muydum? Okuyor muydu? Okay, now it's your turn. You're gonna pick 4 verbs this time, and you're going to turn, you know that you're going to turn continuous tense into past continuous tense, and pick 4 verbs and conjugate. Positive, negative, question, okay? Just a note, the meaning of the past continuous is exactly the same as in English in past continuous. So it indicates a time that events were happening either at a point in past, a point in time in past, or a period in past. Let me give you an example. O aradı, o anda bulaşık yıkıyordum. When she called, I was washing the dishes. So in this sentence, I am talking about a point in time. She calls, that's a point in time. And at that moment, I was washing the dishes, right? Look at this one. Geçen yıl Türkiye'de yaşıyorduk. This means last year we were living in Turkey. So now I am talking about a period in the past. And in this case, we're gonna practice 2 time adverbs. Eskiden, earlier or formerly. Artık, anymore. And now I'm going to give you a few examples. Eskiden spor yapıyordum ama artık yapmıyorum. I was exercising earlier or formerly, but I don't anymore. Eskiden televizyon seyrediyorduk ama artık seyretmiyoruz. We used to watch TV in the past, in earlier times, but we don't anymore. Eskiden onlar çok güzel Türkçe konuşuyorlardı ama artık konuşmuyorlar. They used to speak very good Turkish in the past or earlier, but they don't anymore. So in your worksheet, you will have more examples like this, and you'll make your own sentences, all right? And then you finish your conjugations before coming to class. Sorularınızı derste konuşuruz. Şimdilik hoşça kalın. Kolay gelsin.